Thank you. Yes, sir.
As far as the implementation team, do you know if students would be involved in that?
The plan is to include students, faculty, and staff in the implementation team. Bill.
What can we expect in terms of employment for the for departments that may be overlapping? There's a biology program there, here, physics there, here.
I can't tell you for sure, and Phil's asking the question about what if we have departments, that there's one on each campus, and what happens. I think there's a much broader question about, with two institutions, there will be similar functions happening at both places. And I can't promise that no jobs will be lost. We will try to minimize that, but there will probably be some decrease in personnel, probably at both institutions, and I think that's probably going to be more significant at the administrative level than at the faculty and staff level. So that's to be worked out, but the fact is, if we're serving students in those academic areas in both campuses and we still have the students, we're still going to need all the faculty. So, yes, sir.
What are the benefits to this?
Does it help us or just them?
No, I'm not going to read you the formal statement. The benefits of this are an increased efficiency of operation because, you don't, at least you save the price of one president. So that there's some economy of not having duplication of effort at two institutions. I know part of one of the factors that the board was looking at has to do with proximity, that we are only 10 miles apart. And so, I think, let me be careful what I say here. Ultimately, I understand why the Board of Regents would find value in joining together the outstanding programs that we have at Southern Polytechnic in science, engineering, technology, architecture, and related fields, and putting them together with the sort of comprehensive mission that Kennesaw State has, and provide an even more comprehensive opportunity for students to pursue a wide variety of courses at a single institution. All right, Alan.
I'm just curious what you're going to tell prospective students and parents at next Saturday's open house.
Next Saturday's recruiting open house will focus on the fact that when students look at coming to Southern Polytechnic, what they're really looking at is coming here for the programs, for the outstanding academic programs that we have. And so our focus for recruiting students is going to be recruiting students to those programs and de-emphasize the name of the institution, the name that's going to be on the diploma that they receive, and emphasizing the quality and the content of that academic program. That's what we're going to emphasize. Because we offer great degrees here, they're valuable and students want them, and so we want to be able to provide them. In that Theta Chi?
How will scholarships be affected by this merger?
How will scholarships be affected? I don't know that they will be. Are you talking about Hope scholarships?
I mean, foundations, YSADA, which directed it towards SPSU students specifically.
The scholarships that are provided through the foundation that are targeted for particular majors, particular types of students with particular characteristics will continue. I don't know yet exactly what's going to happen with the Southern Polytechnic Foundation. It will be up to them if they choose to link up with, to become part of a larger foundation, or if they want to remain separate. But those funds that were given to our foundation to support student scholarships are designated for that purpose, and we are not only morally but legally committed to use the money in that way. Yeah.
Or will they be available to Kennesaw students as well?
Will they be available to Kennesaw students as well? I don't know. That's one I don't have an answer to. But a lot of our a lot of our scholarships are unique to majors, and they're unique to majors that are unique to Southern Polytechnic. So I don't know, but I'm guessing that's probably something that our foundation will want to look at when they think about the future of how they're used. But of course, at one point, we're all going to be part of one institution. So, yes, sir.
So services that are going to be consolidated, like business, like the business office here, do we have to now go to Kennesaw State to like pay our bills and traffic tickets?
That's a really good question.
What was the question?
Sorry, the question was, if business services are consolidated, will that mean that, for example, if you get a parking ticket, you have to drive to Kennesaw to pay it? I believe there will be good consideration given to the convenience of that sort of service. And as I said, this campus will still be here, so I assume that we will not create additional difficulty for students who are studying on this campus rather than the other one. So it's a good question, but I don't think consolidation will mean only one point of contact anywhere in Cobb County for the essential services for students. Yes, sir.
Will they have the opportunity to reevaluate the name, or is this definitely going to be called Kennesaw State University? I came to the school for the reputation of Southern Poly, and I feel almost as if my engineering degree has been almost damaged by the reputation of Kennesaw State.
Say that it's bad.
Well, see, so our job is to turn that around and make sure that that the reputation of Kennesaw State is as strong as it can be.
Dr. Rossbacher, can you repeat the question?
Oh, I'm sorry. The question was, is there any chance the name could be reevaluated because he's concerned about, he came here for Southern Polytechnic and a Southern Polytechnic degree, and he's concerned that that there might not be a positive impact on his degree with a change in the name of the institution. I'm trying to say that carefully. Yes, sir. Okay, that actually did come up earlier. You're graduating and are worried about having a degree from an institution whose name doesn't exist any longer. And the standard approach to that is you list your Southern Polytechnic degree and then you put in parentheses after it, current name, whatever. And as I said, I've got one of those degrees myself. Yes, ma'am. In the back. The positions that are currently vacant, we're going to take a pause on and consider whether we want to pursue them, and that'll be a matter of working with our counterparts at Kennesaw. What we don't want to do is do a lot of staffing up and then discover we have a lot of duplication. So we'll probably be taking it a little slow on some of the hiring in the near term. Yes. New positions that have been approved for this year, we're going to take a careful look at. I can't say that absolutely yes or absolutely no, but we're going to take a careful look. Yes, ma'am.
How are you going to retain your alumni, and how are you going to handle that once they merge together?
That's a great question about how we're going to work with the alumni and how do we deal with that as the two institutions come together. I spoke with the head of the Alumni Association board this morning, and one of the things that we talked about was finding ways to capture and record and archive and honor the history of Southern Polytechnic State University and engaging as many people as possible in that effort. And this is more than just, having somebody write a book about the history of the institution. It's capturing things like photographs and videos and tapes and making sure that we've done a really good job of capturing the sense of spirit that we have here, the ethos, the culture that we have here at Southern Polytechnic, so that we don't lose that. I think it'll always be a part of this campus, but we want to be sure that we're preserving that as well. And so I'm going to be working with the alumni to do whatever we can to sort of collect that history, to tell the story about Southern Polytechnic.
But what about the prospective alumni who are graduating this fall, who would have been helping you? How are you going to maintain that relationship when they aren't even in it yet?
The question is, how do we keep new alumni connected to the university and engaged in this? And I can use your advice on that because I really don't know right now. And it's a really important question. So I'd love to talk to you about that. Yes, sir.
I have a question. Hi, Dr. Rossbacher. For everybody here that's worked really, really hard to build up this university, once the merger happens, we're not promised that everything that we work for won't be eliminated. So what do you say to the people that helped build this university up to what it is today? Like, how are we supposed to be motivated to continue on for the next year or two if we don't know if our hard work is going to show through after the merger?
The question is, how do we motivate and keep engaged the people who've worked so hard to make this university as great as it is? And you start by saying, what do you say to those people? I say thank you. I say thank you for everything you've done to make this such a great institution, and it's going to continue on this campus. It's going to be part of a larger institution that we want to make equally great.
Thank you, Dr. Rossbacher, for all you've done to make that
All right, don't do that too much because I'm still holding it together here. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Will students be able to take classes at both campuses?
I think technically students can take classes at both campuses now under certain arrangements. I mean, you have to. Oh, I anticipate, the question is, can students take classes at both campuses? And there are some things we don't know about how that's all going to work yet, but I assume that you'll just have to look really carefully in the course schedule to make sure you know where classes are being held when you schedule for classes, because